Hi, myself Arya Prashant Sabnis. I am in 10th standard and I would like to explain the 6th chapter, which is Animal Classification of Science 2. There is history of animal classification and there are criteria for animal classification. So the criteria for animal classification is habit, habitats and body size. It is discovered by Aristotle. This method of classification is called as artificial method. This method is followed by Theophrastus, Pliny, Don Ray, Linnaeus. Then there is natural system of animal classification. And the criteria are biochemical properties, body organization, chromosomes and types of cells. System of classification based on evolution was also brought in practice. Then there are benefits of animal classification. Study of animals become convenient. Study of few animals from a group helps to understand about the entire group. Animals can be easily identified with great accuracy. It gives idea about animal evolution. It helps to understand the relation of animals with other living organisms. It helps to understand the habitat of each animal and its exact role in nature. It helps to understand various adaptations shown by animals. So these are the benefits of animal classification. Then there are traditional methods of animal classification. Traditionally, depending upon the presence or absence of notochord, the animal kingdom has been divided into two groups as non-chordates and chordates. There are characters of chordates and non-chordates. In non-chordates, there are 10 phylums which are Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Esculenthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Hemichordata. And there are characters of chordates. There are 4 characters. And notochord is a long rod-like supporting structure present on dorsal side of animal body. Then function of notochord is to keep the nerve tissue isolated from remaining body. Then classification by Robert Whittaker's method, body organization, body symmetry, germ layer, body cavity and segmentation. Then there are grades of organization. In unicellular animals, as the body is made up of only one cell, all functions are performed by same cell only. Body organization of unicellular animals is referred as protoplasmic grade organization, for example, protozoa. In case of multicellular organisms, if tissues are not formed, then the body organization is called a cellular grade organization, for example, Porifera. In case of some animals, cells come together to form tissues, by which all functions are performed. This type of organization is called cell tissue grade organization, for example, phylum Cnidaria. In case of some animals, tissues come together to form organs. However, complete organ system is not formed. This type of organization is called tissue organ grid organization. For example, flatworms. Besides the 4 types of organizations, all the other animals organ system grid organization, in which different organs join together to form organ system that perform special functions. Example, frog, human, etc. Body symmetry. A symmetric body. There is no such imaginary axis through which the body can be divided into two equal halves. Example, snail, Bilateral symmetry, there is only one such imaginary axis through which the body can be divided into two equal halves. Example, humans, octopus, etc. And radial symmetry, in this type of body, if the imaginary axis passes through the central axis but through any plane of the body, a body is divided into equal halves. Example, starfish. Germ layer. Formation of germ layer is initial period of embryonic development, and different types of tissues are formed by germ layers. Types of germ layers are endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. If the body has endoderm and ectoderm, then it is called a diploblastic. Example, all the cnidarian. And if the body has three germ layers, endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm, then it is called a triploblastic. Example, or other animals. Body cavity. The cavity between the body and the internal organs is called body cavity. Formed by mesoderm or gut is called as eucoelomate. Phylum Annelida, and all phylums after Annelida and body cavity is absent is called as acoelomate. Phylum Porifera, phylum Cnidaria, phylum Platyhelminthes. Not formed from mesoderm or gut, it is called as pseudocoelomate. Example, phylum Aschelminthes. Then body segmentation. If the body of animals is divided into small similar units, then such body is called a segmented body, and its small units is called a segment. Example, animals like earthworm from phylum Annelida. Then classification of animals. They are classified into vertebrates and invertebrates for chordates. Division of non-chordates in phylum. Phylum Porifera and phylum Cnidaria are mentioned as distinguishing characters. These animals are with simplest body plan, and they are called as sponges. They have numerous pores on their body. Those are called as ostia and oscula. For phylum Cnidaria, body of these animals is cylindrical or umbrella-like. If it is cylindrical, it is called as polyp, and if it is umbrella-like, it is called as medusa. And similarly, there are other characters too. Then phylum Platyhelminthes. Body of these animals is slender or flat, like a leaf or strip, hence they are called as flatworms. Most of these animals are endoparasites, and few are free-living. Phylum Aschelminthes. Body of these animals is long thread-like or cylindrical, hence they are called as roundworms. These animals are either free-living or endoparasites. Then phylum Annelida and Arthropoda. Body of these animals is long, cylindrical, and metamerically segmented. Most of these animals are free-living, but few are endoparasites and free-living. And there are further characters, and same for Arthropoda. These animals have joint appendages, and they are called as arthropods. Phylum Mollusca and Echinodermata. Body of these animals. For mollusca, body of these animals is soft and slimy, hence they are referred as mollusca. Calcareous spines are present around the body, hence they are called as echinoderms. For Echinodermata and for mollusca, these animals are aquatic or terrestrial. Most of these aquatic animals are marine, few are freshwater dwellers. For Echinodermata, these animals are found only in ocean, and there are other distinguishing characters. Then phylum Hemichordata. Body of these animals is divided into three parts as proboscis, collar, and trunk. Notochord is present in proboscis region only, hence they are called as hemichordates. These animals are also called as acorn worms. They have one to many pharyngeal gill slits. These marine animals live in burrows in sand. They are unisexual or some may be hermaphrodite. Example, hermaphrodite, hermaphrodite means an animal has both male and female reproductive organs. Example, Belangulus and Secoglossus. Now for chordates. We have phylum Urochordata and their characteristics of marine animals. The body is covered with skin like chest or tunic. Larvae of these animals are freely swimming, and notochord is present in only tail region of larvae. Hence, they are called as urochordates. Usually, the chordates, hence they are called as urochordates. Larvae metamorphose into adult after setting down at the bottom of the sea. As this in the picture, it has settled down on the bottom of sea, and there are examples. Then phylum Cephalochordata. These are small fish-like marine animals. Notochord is present throughout the body length. Pharyngeal gill slit is very large and contains gill slits. These animals are unisexual. Example, Amphioxus. Then phylum Vertebrata. Phylum Vertebrata is divided into 6 classes. And these are the characters of phylum Vertebrata. In these animals, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. In this animal, head is well developed, brain is protected by cranium. Endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Cartilaginous means made up of muscles and bony means made up of bones. Some chordates are jawless, agnata, whereas some are with jaws, gnatostomata. Then there is class Cyclostomata, which has its own characters. These animals have jawless mouth and they are provided with suckers. The skin is soft and without any scales, and paired appendages are absent. And the further characters for class Pisces, these are cold-blooded poikilotherms, aquatic animals. Body is spindle-shaped to minimize water resistance. They have paired and unpaired fins for swimming. Tail fin is useful as a steering organ during swimming. Exoskeleton is in the form of scales, and endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Respiration occurs with gills. Examples are rohu, pomfret, seahorse, shark, electric ray, stingray, etc. Then we have class Amphibia. These animals are aquatic during larval life and perform only aquatic respiration, whereas it can perform both aquatic as well as aerial respiration during adult stage. It can live in water as well as on land during adult life. Skin is without any derivative and usually kept moist for respiration. They have two pairs of appendages. These are without claws. External ear is absent, but tympanum is present. Tympanum is the eardrum. Neck is absent, eyes are prominent with eyelids. Example, frog, toad, salamander, etc. Then class Reptilia. According to the course of animal evolution, these are the first true terrestrial animals with creeping movement.